How to sell your home without a real estate agent. I am going to share with you a step-by-step process on how to sell your home on your own. What's up? What's up? My name is Chriscashjalem. I am a licensed Las Vegas Realtor. And in this video, I am going to share with you the steps on how to sell your home. And not only that, how to sell your home fast. There are so many reasons why you should sell your house. Many people look to sell their house because they're gonna move. Maybe they want their kids in another school district, or maybe because they want a bigger house. Maybe their family has grown and they need more rooms, or even maybe their kids have moved out and they want a smaller home. But the bottom line is you want to make money. In any case, you are selling an asset. People don't think of it, but real estate is an asset and should be sold for a profit. You should probably want to sell it as fast as possible. The longer the home sits on the market, the lower the interest in the home goes. People will perceive that a house that's been on the market for a long time as not as valuable and won't want to buy it. So the key here is to sell your home and sell it in the right market for the most amount of money that you can get in that market. So let's go ahead and talk how to do that. Most people use a real estate agent when selling a home, and there are many benefits to using a real estate agent. Full disclosure, if you look across the National Association of Realtors, the majority of people that sell their home on their own by themselves, FSBOs or for sale by owners, do not get as high of a price per square foot on average than about 80% of real estate agents out there. Obviously, real estate agents are professionals. And I've said earlier that I'm a licensed Las Vegas Realtor, so I do know how valuable the service can be to people looking to sell their home. As a real estate agent, you go through specialized education on how to work with buyers and sellers. You learn how to do a comparative market analysis and start to evaluate properties and know what they can sell for in your market. Additionally, real estate agents are local experts. Most of them live in the community, and because they are involved in real estate, they become very aware of where properties are, how much they're selling for, who's interested in them, what businesses are moving into the area, and are even local experts on the school systems, restaurants, activities, attractions, and so much more. You could definitely benefit from a real estate agent depending on the skill level. I know for a fact that real estate agents can definitely bring value to people that are not familiar with real estate. So fully understanding that, you are going to be taking on that job. So you are going to get a market analysis completed, stage the house, photograph it, list it, market it, deal with realtors, schedule multiple showings, keep the house spotless, negotiate various offers, write counter offers, deal with inspections and bank appraisals, file legal documents, work with the title company, and a ton more. Now, if all that sounds intimidating, it's because it is. And maybe selling the house on your own as a for sale by owner, or FSBO as most people call it, may not be for you. But the thing is, it's really not that bad. Obviously, if you're looking to sell your home on your own, you're probably looking to save money. People know that real estate agents do not work for free. They sell a home and they make a commission off of the sale, and no matter who sells the home, whether it's them selling it or another broker selling it, you are going to have to pay the commission as a seller. So if you're someone like me who likes to do things themselves, you want to sell your home on your own, you definitely can do that. But you have to start thinking like a real estate agent and not a seller. All right, let's break it down, baby. Let's get to it. So the first thing you're gonna need to do when selling your home is to declutter. This means you are going to have to take out a lot of the furniture and make the room seem bigger. Most people do not know that this is really a big secret to selling your home fast and by yourself. Many times a real estate agent will come in and most of the value comes with the information and the knowledge. The value comes by telling you what to do to sell your home. But guess what? Chris Cash right here, right now is gonna take care of you. I'm gonna share with you everything. So if you're finding value in this content so far, go ahead and drop a comment, hit the like button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, right now, the number one thing you could do is to declutter the home. That means taking out extra furniture, taking out extra clothes out the closet, emptying drawers, the cabinets in the bathroom, emptying out the medicine cabinet, the cabinets in the kitchen, taking out all the stuff and just leaving a little bit of things in the house. This makes the home seem more inviting and makes it seem bigger. Buyers are looking for homes that they feel at home in, right? So decluttering the home, moving things into storage can be the number one thing that you can do that will sell your home faster and for more money. Next step, step number 2, is to get what is called a comparative market analysis, or CMA. What that is just a report that goes through and tells you what your house is worth compared to other houses in your area. Typically, this is a really small area like the street that you live on, or maybe 2 or 3 streets away. It's just what the home prices are doing in that specific area. Real estate prices are hyper local, so we really don't care about what home prices are doing across town. What we care about is the housing prices in your specific neighborhood, because they do vary that widely and all too often. I've seen FSBO sellers not do a CMA and they just list their house for whatever they think it's worth, and it's actually not worth that much. Some people get so attached to their homes, like they're so emotionally invested in them, and that they list it at a super high price, and then it just sits on the market forever. And then they wonder why their house doesn't sell, and the longer that house sits on the market, the more people think something is wrong with that house. So CMAs are super important, and they're actually totally free and could be done by a real estate agent. Now, you might be asking, hold on, wait a minute. I thought this was all about doing this without a realtor. Yeah, you're right. But a CMA can be done by any realtor, and they'll actually be happy to do it for you, because they are hoping that eventually you'll change your mind and you'll actually list your house with them. So what you can actually do is call up several different realtors in your area and ask for a CMA, and be very, very, very clear and specific with them, and tell them that you are not interested in listing with them. You are only looking for a CMA. I'm giving you all the secrets that I can. So step number 3 is to stage your house, which includes painting the interior and depersonalization. You want to paint the interior of your house. In some cases, you may want to paint the exterior, but it is important to paint the inside of the house. Most people do not think that they need a paint. They usually would just take a few things out of the house and just list it on the market. But do you know how valuable painting the house is? It truly increases the value, and it really doesn't cost that much. New paint can make a house look absolutely fabulous, and in most cases, make it look brand new without spending a lot of money. Think about it. Painting is the number one thing that people do on HGTV, so Chris Cash is going to tell you, you should probably do the same thing. Depersonalization means that you're just taking all the personal items out of that house. Take out pictures of your kids, pictures of the dogs. Don't leave a lot of pictures of people in the home, especially when you are showing the property. There are so many reasons why we do this, and I could be here all day talking about it, but you never know what a buyer is thinking. Some buyers could have preconceived notions about you just by looking at some of your pictures, but more importantly, you are selling the home to a buyer. And when they come into your home, you want them to feel like the home is for them. I know you've seen the new construction builders put together a model home. Well, you want to make it be like that. So take all of that stuff out of the home and depersonalize it, so that any buyer that comes into the home can really see themselves living in that home. You gotta really paint that picture for them. Step number 4 is photography. Now, I cannot stress this heavily enough, but you cannot, under any circumstance, use amateur pictures. This is the first thing people are going to see. You know, I understand the whole point of selling your home by yourselves is to save money, but photography is not the place to do that. So take a look at the photos on Zillow and note the ones that catch your eye. Hire a professional to put some really good pictures. It could easily be in the $300 to $400 range, but like I said, this is an investment and this is the best money you will ever spend and you won't regret it. Step number 5 is to finally list your home and do the marketing. We are finally to the fun part, right? We get to list and market your home. This is the time to get your house out to as many listing websites as possible. This means Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist, anything that to get your house out there into the market. You could do social media, do videos, drones, 3D tours, video tours, open houses, etc., etc., etc. The first thing that you need to do is to get a property description. So start combing through Zillow just to get an idea of what people are saying about their houses. You want to go through and you'd want to list all the unique things about your house that really sets it apart. Do you have a deck in the back? Do you have vaulted ceilings in the living room? Whatever it is that makes your house stand out, be sure to mention it in the description. But even more important than the description itself are 2 things that I'm gonna highlight. Pay attention to this. You want to specifically clarify in your listing that buyer agents are welcome. Whoa. I thought we're not using realtors, right? But the stats say that 90% of all buyers are gonna come with a buyer's agent. They are coming on behalf of their buyer. Whenever you're a buyer, you actually don't pay the realtor commission for the buyer's agent. How they get paid is when the property itself sells, the seller will pay the commissions for both your realtor and their realtor if they use one. So you gotta understand, if we don't offer some sort of compensation for the buyer's realtor, they'll actually shy their client away from showing your house, even if it would be perfect for them, because they're not gonna get paid. Why would they do all this work if they're not gonna get paid? The second thing you would want to know is actually your phone number. Make sure that's in the description itself. I mean, yeah, you want people to know how to get a hold of you. Full disclosure, what a real estate agent would do is they are gonna put it onto the multiple list system, or MLS. So now this is a system where it's a database of all the real estate agents that show every single home that's there. And that goes out to thousands and millions of people across the nation, but thousands of people in your area. And these realtors typically already have qualified buyers that are looking in your area to buy your home. So most professional realtors will set up an automatic search, so when you put it up on the MLS, it will send an alert to those people that are already qualified to buy your home. So it's critical that you advertise on the MLS, and you could actually pay for that service to some degree by yourself. So step number 6 is dealing with realtors. Within 2 or 3 days, or maybe less, you're gonna start getting phone calls from realtors. These are not the phone calls that you're gonna want. These are gonna be realtors who are hoping that they can get your listing. There are gonna be realtors who are hoping that they can list your home with them so that they can earn a commission. Just politely tell them that you're fine and you're gonna try to sell it yourself, and that if for some reason you can't sell it, then maybe you'll consider listing with them. Sooner rather than later, you'll finally start to get phone calls trickling in with people who actually want to show your house to their clients. All you gotta do is set up a time with them where you can bring their client over to your house, show them the property, but make sure that you do it within 24 hours or so. Anything longer than 36 hours, and it's likely that the buyers will move on to different property. You want to get them in the front door as fast as you can so that they don't move on to other listings. When you show your home, it is a common practice for you as a homeowner not to be there during the showing, as long as they've got a realtor with them. The realtor will walk through the house and they'll feel a lot more comfortable without you there hovering over them. They want to look at the house without feeling rushed or judged. They want to be able to just look at the house at their own leisure. To make this process even easier, you can get a little lockbox, put a spare key in there, and then put the lockbox on the front door. Whenever a realtor calls, you can set up a showing and just give them the code to the lockbox. Set up a time and be sure to be gone before they show up. Step number 7, finally the offers are coming in. We'll have buyers interested in the property. Looking over an offer is pretty straightforward. A realtor will probably send you an email, and in it will be the offer. They'll send you a purchase price and any concessions, which means anything that the buyers want included in the sale of their house. And typically that's things like appliances or maybe some decorations. You can actually group that into the contract if you want. At this point, you can choose to either accept, reject, or counter the offer. After you hash out all the details and come to an agreement, you will finally sign something called the Residential Purchase Agreement, or RPA. Well, what this is just a legal document that has the purchase price, any of the contingencies, and any other things in an agreement that gets sent over to the title company, the bank, and anybody else who needs it to help with the transaction of the deal. But before you sign that contract, you have to understand it. So please read it and understand the contract. And if you have any questions about it, definitely ask a professional, because when you're signing it, all the terms and the dates and everything that are in there, you are agreeing to and you are legally responsible for. Also, know that the buyer's agent is going to prepare the contract that you are agreeing to when you sign. Okay, we're almost to the end. Step number 8, inspections and appraisal. Once you accept the deal and you go under contract, so in most cases, the buyer has 10 business days to schedule an inspection with a property inspector. What they'll do is they'll set up a day and time, and an inspector will come over to your house, typically when you're not there, look at everything in the property. They're gonna make sure that the plumbing is good, that the electrical is good, that the roof doesn't have any problems, that the foundation isn't crumbling. It's just a routine check for everything so that the buyers know that they're getting a good house and in good condition. And even if the house is in perfect condition, you almost can expect a couple inspection items to come back. So just be aware of that. Just know that you're probably going to have to fix 2 or 3 things, and that's just to be expected. Same time that the inspection is going on, the bank will probably order an appraisal. All this is just a person that comes out to the property. They're gonna look at the house, and they just wanna make sure that the money that the bank is lending to the buyers for the house is worth the money that they're loaning to them. So they don't wanna loan $300,000 to a buyer when the house is only worth $150,000, right? All it is just a safeguard to the bank that says that the money that they're loaning is worth the value of the home. Both of these expenses, both the inspection and the appraisal, are typically covered by the buyer. You're gonna have to figure out a day and a time that works with your schedule for those guys to come over and look at the house. Step number 9 is the title company. Typically, if you have a buyer with a buyer's agent, they take care of all the title work for you, but the title company is actually the most important part. They're the ones that actually facilitate the transaction of the deal and the moving of all the funds from you. Knowing all the parties involved, they also make sure that everything gets recorded properly and everything gets filled out properly. They make sure that the deed to the property gets signed properly, and they also make sure that all of the county documents are signed and filled out and sent to the county's recorder's office to be stored there and recorded. Finally, step number 10. The last step to all of this is the closing process. Typically about 30 days after you sign the residential purchase agreement, you'll set up a time to go and sign documents at the title company. Both you and the buyers typically sign at different times, but on the same day. So this is where you sign a whole bunch of papers. Typically, both you guys are gonna leave with carpal tunnel after signing all this paperwork, but you're gonna hand over the keys to the house, and they're gonna hand over a check for the sale of the house. But that's it. Once you have your check in the hand and the documents are recorded at the county, the house is no longer yours and you're good to go. That was a long process. But I promise you, I promise you, it's not as daunting as it sounds. There's a lot of steps involved, yeah, very true. But if you walk through it little by little, it's really not as overwhelming. You know, you gotta take bits and pieces. That's why I created this video, so you could rewind, pause, and go back and go through the different steps, right? It's a really straightforward process. And that's it on how to sell your home by yourself on your own without a real estate agent here in Las Vegas. If you like this video, if you enjoyed the content in the video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. My name is Chriscashjalem, your go-to Las Vegas realtor. Drop comments and talk to me, I'll talk back. I'll see you on the next video.